All right, guys, so the NFL quarterback carousel continues to spin, and Case Keenum has now been traded to the Washington Redskins from Denver for a 2026 round pick. Denver will be recouping a 2027 round pick, so it's basically a wash. Keenum did rework his deal, so now Denver is going to pay $3.5 million of the deal, and Washington's going to pay $3.5 million of the deal. So obviously Denver gets some salary cap relief, while Washington gets a cheap quarterback for 1 year. I think Washington should be excited. I think Keenum had a raw deal in Denver. I think he lost Demaryius Thomas. They had a really hard schedule. They versed a lot of really good teams as far as their opponents' overall records go. So that damn bird! God, I can't make a video without that thing squawking. And then obviously Denver's coaching staff was a little bit in turmoil last year. So Keenum had it a little rough as far as his 2018 season went. I think now that he is in Washington, Washington's probably not going to trade up in the draft. I think they could sit back and maybe wait for a quarterback, but I think with Gruden being there and them possibly not being sure if they're going to retain him after this year, I think you could see them forego a quarterback this season and let the new head coach next year potentially draft a quarterback. With Denver, I think they're still in play. They get a little more draft capital. I mean, it's a 6th-round pick in 2020, so you're not really going to use that as ammo to move up. But I think Denver's still an option to possibly move up. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Josh Rosen, because obviously, if Kyler Murray goes number 1 to Arizona, Rosen is going to be on the move. Now, would they send him to teams like Miami or the Patriots? Obviously, that's a big impact for the Jets. I think having all those quarterbacks from last year's draft class, you got Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen potentially being in the AFC East, I think it would be pretty interesting. Not to mention, Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen have been competing for years. They're both California quarterbacks. I believe both their dads work together in the same hospital as well, so it's kind of like that little interesting rivalry that's always been going on between the two of them. So seeing that continue would be something interesting from a fan perspective, but obviously I would like them to not go to the AFC East. If he went to the Patriots, there were rumors of the Patriots trying to trade up for Josh Rosen last year, and there was rumblings to that. And I would be so frustrated if Bill Belichick gets his heir to Tom Brady for the 32nd overall pick a year after, they could have traded a bunch of picks to get up and get him. So it's just our luck if he goes to the Pats. Obviously, I hope he goes to another team. I don't know what it necessarily means for the Jets as far as the trade down goes. I think there's a lot of teams that are starting to fill out their quarterbacks, and I don't know if teams want to move up into that top 3 for this type of quarterback class. I don't see the Giants doing it. I think the Jaguars are probably going to roll with Nick Foles, and I don't know if Foles would sign there if the Jaguars were not going to commit to him for at least a few years. So I don't think they'll spend a high pick on a quarterback. I think the Bengals are an option still. I'm surprised it hasn't really been brought up anywhere else. Maybe I'm totally off base and they're not looking for a quarterback at all. So there's that. Guys, let me know what you think down below. What does Keenum going to Washington mean for them? What does it mean for the Jets? Where does Rosen go? Yeah, let me know down below, guys. As always, go Jets.